Hey, what is happening, you miserable Mankey? It's been a little while. I've been sick. I've been traveling. I did win the Merida Regional Championship, so that was pretty cool. But I'm back, and we got some new cards to take a look at. I'm a little bit behind, but some of these just got revealed this weekend. The Ethan's cards and the Misty's cards have been revealed for a little while, but I'm going to go ahead and go over them anyways, give my initial takes. And then the Cynthia's cards were just revealed over the weekend. The Champions League over in Japan happened. If you want to watch back that gameplay with my commentary over it, check out the lives tab here on the YouTube channel. I watched both days, except for the finals. I didn't watch the finals. It was getting really late, and they had just come back from a commercial break, and then they cut to another commercial break, and I was like, all right, I need to go to bed. Who knows when the finals are starting? So I didn't watch the finals, but there's a link in the comment section over on that live as well. So go check out the live tab here on the YouTube channel if you want to check out some of the action. They have all of these cards. Well, not all the cards. They don't have these cards. They have all of these cards. All the cards we're getting. Well, not these cards yet either, actually. They have all of these cards from Journey Together legal over there, and rotation has already happened, so the format is completely different. Not completely different. There's still some old faces, Gardevoir, Dragapult still around that we're playing with in this format that they're still playing with in the new format with rotation. But yeah, a lot of cool new stuff to check out. So if you're interested in any of that, check out the live tab like I mentioned. Before we jump into these though, and I give y'all my thoughts on the newest revealed cards though, got to give a big shout out to Dragon Shield as always for sponsoring me and my content, and as a competitor in the Pokemon TCG space. I got a ton of high quality gaming accessories, but of course I love them for their sleeves, and specifically I'm a big fan of the matte sleeves. Big fan of the matte sleeves, and if you're looking for some color recommendations, I like the yellows, but I'm a huge fan of the magentas personally. Big fan of the magenta matte Dragon Shield. So if you're looking for color recommendation, check those out. Check them out at dragonshield.com. Of course, there will be a link in the description as well. And you can use code AzulGG to get yourself 5% off. All right, let's jump into it. Let's go by owner. I think that's probably the best way to do this. So let's start with the Ethan's cards, which have been revealed here for a little while. Got the Cyndaquil here, 70 HP, so we will be able to find that with Buddy Puffin, of course. Got the Ember for 30 for 1 fire, discard energy from this Pokemon. That's solid. That KOs. I mean, if we're thinking about things that could be relevant, that KOs Badoo. It does do 60 damage to Badoo because Badoo is weak to fire, but still, it KOs Badoo. That's like the big thing here. Then we got the Quilava here with a pretty powerful ability. Once on your turn, you may search your deck for an Ethan's Adventure, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. And we'll get to Ethan's Adventure here in a second. Then we've got the Typhlosion here, 170 HP, 40 plus 60 more damage for each Ethan's Adventure in your discard pile. The second attack we're probably not using, so it's probably only the first attack if we play Ethan's Typhlosion to begin with, and I'll talk about that here in a second. Then we got the Slugma, Steady Fire Breathing, also KOs those pesky Badoos, but it's got 80 HP. You can't Buddy Puffin for Ethan's Slugma, and to evolve into Ethan's Macargo, it has to evolve from Ethan's Slugma, so we can't even go look at other Slugmas and see if there is a 70 HP Slugma. I don't think there is, but it wouldn't matter anyways because there's only one Ethan Slugma, and it can't be Buddy Puffin for, which is unfortunate because this is the big card in this deck to us. This is your heavy hitter, this is your main attacker, I think, to get the big KOs. 130 HP, stage 1. Melt and Flow. If this Pokemon has no energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost, which is nice because it does have 3 retreat costs besides that. And then Lava Burst, discard up to 5 energy, fire energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 70 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So we're looking at 350 damage potentially from this Pokemon. That's pretty good. That one KOs basically everything that doesn't have a Hero's Cape on it. That's not bad. And it's getting that energy in play from the Ho-Oh EX here. Once on your turn, you may attach up to 2 basic fire energy cards from your hand to one of your benched Ethan's Pokemon. That's insane energy acceleration. Obviously, it's limited to Ethan's Pokemon, so you're not playing this with Gouging Fire. I can't think of anything else to combo this with, to be honest. Fire Pokemon just kind of suck. You're not playing this with anything else besides Ethan's Pokemon, but still, that's absurd energy acceleration. Just 2 fire energy from your hand to one of your benched Ethan's Pokemon. And then for 4 fire energy, Shining Feather, you do 160, heal 50 damage from each of your Pokemon. So not a bad attack. You can pretty quickly set it up as well if you can get energy in your hand with Vessel or something, or another card we'll be talking about here in a second. Turn 1 Shining Feather is probably pretty reasonable as well. And then, like, yeah, the synergy with the Macargo is obvious. You know, we put a bunch of energy on our Macargo with our Ho-Oh, we get into the active, we attack with Lava Burst, and then if our Ethan's Macargo doesn't get KO'd, we can load up a Macargo on our bench, and then it'll have free retreat cost because of its ability. We retreat into our new Ethan's Macargo, swing with that one, and we go from there. So the supporter card here, Ethan's Adventure. Search your deck for up to 3 in any combination of Ethan's Pokemon and basic fire energy. Reveal them and put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck is pretty good. I mean, that's a ton of situational Pokemon search. It seems pretty good. We could play Quilava in the deck and search it out with Quilava, but I think in the mid-game, late game, this card is going to fall off pretty fast. I actually could see this deck just being built with like 4 research and maybe just like 4 Iono or something, and then not even play the Quilava. Because as far as bench space goes, we're going to need 2 Ho-Oh EX, we're going to need 2 Macargo. That's already 4 of our bench spaces being taken up. Maybe we play Area 0 with some Terra Pokemon. Doesn't really matter what Terra Pokemon, of course. That gives us a little bit more bench space to work with, possibly. But overall, I'm kind of thinking you play this deck with researches. You don't even play the Quilava. You maybe still play Ethan's Adventure because just as like a Pokemon search card, it's so powerful. But Superior Energy Retrieval and Vessels seem like the better way to play this deck, be a little bit more aggressive. But who knows? Maybe the Quilava is worth the inclusion. We'll have to wait and see until we get our hands on the cards and can play around with it. There definitely is potential there. But I think you're going to need some other kind of draw engine on your bench, like a Revavroom or Pheasantipity or whatever it might be. You're going to need some draw power in play to deal with Ionos, because those will definitely still be a staple in the format when these cards release. One final Ethan's Pokemon here is Ethan's Pikachu. If the other Pokemon weren't doing it for you as a way to KO Badoo, the Pikachu might be for you. Sparking, draw, 30 damage, draw a card. Little bit of a draw for your Badoo knockout. Kind of cool, I guess. Also, you could play this in... We do have Elekid in the format right now, which is 30 damage to any Pokemon. It doesn't draw you a card, but technically its attack is probably better than Pichu's, and no one really plays that as a Badoo answer, and it like slots really well into like Miraidon and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe there's room, maybe there's hope for Pichu in the future. It does draw a card, but I don't think drawing a card outweighs being able to snipe your opponent's bench probably, but it's something. Okay, up next, let's do the Misty's cards here. There's only a couple of them. There probably is going to be some more Misty's cards revealed. I don't know, maybe this is it. We'll start with the Magikarp here. It does have the Incredible Dive ability, which is a very good ability for any evolving Pokemon. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage and effective attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. Similar to whatever the Sinestcha, the teacup has this. The basic teacup has this exact same ability. But yeah, fully protected while it's on the bench. And then the Gyarados does 70 damage times the amount of Misty's Pokemon you discard from the top 7 cards of your deck. So discard the top 7 cards of your deck, 70 damage times the amount of Misty's Pokemon you find there. If this is the big Misty's card, Misty is probably not going to be very good. This card does not seem very good. However, there is this Misty Psyduck. Once on your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may discard the bottom card of your deck. If you do, discard all cards attached to this Pokemon and put it on top of your deck. So you could like put a bunch of Misty Psyducks on top of your deck, and then recover them with like Lana's Aid, get back 3 of them, put them all back on top. That's doing 210. There'll be other Misty's Pokemon in the deck. I'm sure you'll be playing a 4/4 Gyarados, got the Psyducks. There's only been 3 Misty's cards revealed so far, so I'm going to go ahead and make a guess based on how many other owners' cards we see get revealed, that there will probably be 1 or 2 more Misty's cards revealed, and that might be the difference maker to actually turn Gyarados into a viable 1-prize deck. It'd be pretty sick, to be honest. I'd be down for it. I just don't think it's going to happen. I would love to be wrong on this one, though. And I'll mention another card that would probably combo pretty well with this, to be honest. That is the Sacred Ash. Shuffle up to 5 Pokemon from your discard pile into your deck. This is a reprint. We've had this in the past. There's a slight modification. In the past, it said you had to shuffle 5 Pokemon for your discard pile. So if you had less than 5, you could shuffle less than 5. But if you had 5, or like say you only want to shuffle back 1 Pokemon, but you had 5 in the discard pile, you had to shuffle all 5 back, or as many as there were. If you had 4 in the discard pile, but you only wanted 2 of them, you had to put 4 back. But now you can choose as many as you want. So now if there's 10 Pokemon in your discard pile, but you just want 1, you can just get 1. So definitely a buffed Sacred Ash, I guess. That definitely is a buff to the card overall. All right. Let's get into the Cynthia cards. These are definitely the, I'd say the big ones out of these, to be honest. Although I think there is some hope here for Ethan's and Misty's. The Cynthia's cards, there's something here for sure, I think. There's a Roselia here, 20 damage for a grass energy, whatever. We got the Cynthia's Roserade. Your Cynthia's Pokemon attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, and it is not restricted to just 1, so you can stack this. You could set up 2, 3, 4. If you're setting up 4 Roserade, you only have 2 bench spots available, so I don't think we're going with 4, but 2, 3. In that ballpark, I could definitely see us setting that up. Plus 60 damage is pretty good. Plus 90 damage, I mean, that's 30 more than 60. And then, of course, we got the big card here, the Cynthia's Garchomp EX, 330 HP. That's a lot to begin with. For 1 fighting energy, a single fighting energy, Corkscrew Dive, 100 damage. You may draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, so a little bit of draw power. Once again, if we're looking at 1 to 2 Roserade in play, we're looking at 130, 160 damage from that. And then Dragon Blaster for 260. For 2 fighting energy, discard all energy from this Pokemon. So we're looking at, you know, 290, 320 with the Dragon Blaster. We've got a couple Roserade in play. Got the Gibble here, 70 HP. We can find it with Buddy Buddy Poffin, just like the Roselia. And then, of course, the Gabite is a big one as well. Once on your turn, you may search your deck for 1 Cynthia's Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. That is an insane ability on a Stage 1 Pokemon, especially with this kind of deck where you're so built around your Pokemon, setting up the Roserade, setting up the Garchomp, stuff like that. Super powerful ability. Definitely some potential here for this one. And then we have the Cynthia's Spiritomb, which seems like it'll probably be a decent inclusion, at least as a one of. This attack does 10 damage for each damage counter on your benched Cynthia's Pokemon. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, so that seems pretty good. Something punches a Garchomp for like 200 damage. You can go up there and Raging Curse for 200, 230, 260 for a single colorless energy, so probably a fighting energy, of course. And then the last card we have here for Cynthia's is the trainer card. The Cynthia's Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 70 HP. I don't know why you wouldn't just run 4 of these, to be honest. 400 HP on your Garchomps. Your Gibble's got 140. Your Gabite's got 170. Your Spiritomb has 140. The Roger's on the bench could have 200 HP. Like, yeah, this card I think is going to be a 4 of in Cynthia's for sure. It's a super low maintenance deck as well. We're trying to get out Gabites turn 2. Gabites get everything else, gets everything else cooking, and we're cruising from there. That might be all the Cynthia's cards. I could see there being maybe, I'm trying to like scroll back. What do we usually see from these trainer card counts for these? I don't know. Like the Ends deck got 2 cards, right? The Castle and the PP up. We got Hop got a couple cards. We could see another trainer card for Cynthia still. Already off to a pretty good start, not going to lie, for what they've given us for it. And also, one thing I will mention about the deck, the lack of fighting energy acceleration is definitely real. So this might be one of those decks where you're literally just manually attaching. There might be no energy acceleration played in this deck. I guess you could play like Crispin, and then you'd have to play another energy type just to have in the deck. I guess you could play Grass. I don't really know. But that would allow you to accelerate energy. I'm trying to think off the top of my head if there's anything else. I think there's Energy Sticker in the format. Flip a coin of heads. It might be an Energy Sticker deck. Gutsy Pickaxe rotates, I want to say. I don't think Gutsy Pickaxe is sticking around. So, yeah, Garchomp might be a good old manual attach style deck. We'll see. But, yeah, I definitely think Cynthia's Garchomp is going to be pretty good. We haven't even gotten the Journey Together cards, and we're already getting leaks for, but we're not far from Journey Together. We're already getting leaks for the next set. What is this set even called? I don't even know what this thing's called. Destined Rivals. Yeah, I'm excited for the cards from Journey Together. I'm also excited for these cards. I just want some new cards. It's been a while, and we got to watch Japan play with them over the weekend, and there's a lot of new ones being used. The End stuff was being used. Saw a little bit of Iono's, more so Lily's Clefairy than Iono stuff. Lily's Clefairy seems like a big player. We saw a little Mamoswine on stream as well. So if y'all want to catch, once again, if you want to catch any of that action that I covered over the weekend, Hopization. We also saw some Hopization. Yeah, if you want to catch any of the action that I covered over the weekend, go check out the live tab over here on the YouTube channel. You can check out the VODs from the live stream where I live reacted to the gameplay going on. And yeah, this might be the last video for me for a little while. I am traveling over to Europe for EUIC in London. Gonna go ahead and try and take that tournament down. See how that goes. Feeling pretty underprepared for it, but I'll do what I can. So I'll be back in a couple days. Won't be a video from me for a couple days because I'll be over in Europe for a couple days. But y'all have a good one, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.